Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I mentioned hybrid training a few times and today I'm going to show you 5 dumbbell exercises that will help you with your calisthenics journey. Never underestimate weights with calisthenics because with weight training you have better progressions or better baby steps because as you know calisthenics it's difficult and you can get stuck and leveling from one progression to another can take a long time. For example, the dragon flag, you might be able to do the tuck dragon flag hold, but now if you want to go to the advanced, it's very difficult, or even from the advanced to the one leg, extending the one leg can be so tough because it's a huge jump in progression. Unlike with weight training, you can add even 1 kg and that 1 kg will make a difference. And I will show you with the first exercise, and I chose this exercise as first because out of the 5 dumbbell exercises, this one helped me a lot with my planche, straight arm strength, shoulder strength and scapular protraction and depression for the planche, and it's the Zanetti Press. If you have never done the Zanetti Press, drop your ego completely and do with the lightest weight that you have, because honestly, it's harder than it looks. Before I teach you how to do the Zanetti Press, just to inform you, you can also do the Zanetti Press on the floor, but as you know, the floor will limit the range of motion. So the best option is to do it on a bench. Pick up the dumbbells and lay down on the bench. And now the position, the correct position is keep your scapula protracted and depressed, and your arms have to be fully extended, so lock them in that position, all right? And then just resist the weight down, and remember, keep your scapula protracted and depressed and your arms locked and fully extended, and then bring the dumbbells up again. Now if you do the Zanetti Press with more weight that you can handle, what's going to happen is you have your scapula protracted and depressed, and now your arms are fully extended and locked, and now you try to resist the weight. What's going to happen is you will bend your arms. It happens automatically because you're not strong enough. And then secondly, what can also happen is your shoulders will fail you. But that failing of your shoulders only happens if you have your arms completely straight. Now in comparison with the Zanetti Press body weight, it looks like this, and you can call it tuck planche raises on the bench. Fantastic exercise indeed, and even though you can see me do other progressions, they are huge jumps in between the progressions. And if you think about it, it's challenging, and especially if you have big legs. Big legs equal heavy legs, it makes sense. And now with the Zanetti Press, you can increase the weight progressively, and another thing is there are days that you are going to be stronger and there are days that you are going to feel weaker, and on those weak days the bodyweight version it's nearly impossible. On strong days you do the one leg planche raises, and then on the weak days you might be able to do the advanced tuck planche or even the tuck planche, depends on how you're feeling. And when that happens, guys, please don't beat yourself up, alright? There are days and days. With Zanetti Press, more comfortable. Eventually, when you get comfortable with the Zanetti Press, what you can also do is extend your legs like this, and this simulates as if you were doing a planche because you're using all of the muscles engaged during the planche. I talked a lot about the Zanetti Press. Well, it's the first time that I'm showing this exercise, so it makes sense. If you have any questions about the Zanetti Press, you can always ask. And yes, I forgot to mention, the Zanetti Press also helps with the back lever. Now the second exercise is also for our shoulders and will help us more with the handstand push-ups, and it's the shoulder press. Alright, pick up 2 dumbbells and then put them on top of your shoulders and then just press up and then resist the weight while coming down. Normally with the shoulder press, you have your hands over here and then you press up. But in this variation that I want you to do, you don't have your hands over here. You have them in front of your delts and then you press up. It's very similar to the Arnold press, but you have a neutral grip. Why like this? If you notice, when you're doing even the pike push-ups, that is the easiest version of the handstand push-up, you don't want to press to the side like this. It's actually a bad form. What you want to do is to lean forward and then press up. And with the handstand push-up, it's the same. In theory, you must be able to lift your own body weight. So if you have 60 kg, you must be able to press 60 kg overhead. Another thing is the variations. You can do them just like I've shown you, sitting, or you can also do them standing like this. And if you do it standing, you will also engage your core. But if your lower back starts to hurt, what you can do is you can put one leg forward and one to the back and then press like this. But you still need to work on your lower back because your lower back is weak. And another thing what happens, and you can also put a lot of pressure on your lower back, is your lack of shoulder mobility. Is imagine you can only press until here, and as you can see, the weight wants to bring down, and to compensate that mobility you bend your spine, and that obviously is going to hurt your back. Third exercise, and now it's for our back, and it's the Dumbbell Lat Pullover. For this exercise, pick up the dumbbell like this and then drag the weight backwards and keep your arms locked, and then try to touch the floor. If you can do it, it's nice, and then bring the dumbbell back to this position. I've explained it once how to perform this exercise, and I will explain it again. You really want to drag the weight like the cable lat pull down, is your arms are locked, because we tend to do a tricep extension. And so like I said, lock your arms and then really move your arms up and down in that locked position. Is your lats that you are working, not on your triceps. Love this exercise for building strength and muscle mass on your lats, and yes, mechanic wise similar to the front lever raises, but easier as you don't have to engage all of your muscles in your body in just some in specific. Obviously the cable version, so the cable lat pull down, is much better if we talk about range of motion, but doing with the dumbbells, it's also a top exercise. Fourth exercise, deadlifts with the dumbbells. Pick up the dumbbells and put them in front of you, and then drive your hips back as much as you can. Keep your back straight all the time and slightly bend your legs, and go as deep as you can, and then come up. Do I really have to explain why deadlifts are on the list? One of the best exercises you can do for all sports, mobility, strength, even for posture. It's pretty self-explanatory. For calisthenics also, it builds muscle mass, especially on your glutes and hamstring, and also great for a strong back. Simply the best. It's a basic exercise, and by adding weight you make it challenging for yourself. And now the fifth and the last exercise of the list, it's the one arm dumbbell row. Pick up the dumbbell and then pull the weight towards you, hence row. And then when you're at the top, fully squeeze all of your back muscles, your lats, your traps, everything, and then resist the weight while coming down. And then try to stretch your back and then pull again. I chose the one arm dumbbell row over other exercises because of the back strength focused exercise, and it also builds muscle mass on your back. Unilateral work, so if you have imbalances you can do this exercise. And I didn't choose the bent over rows because you use a lot of your legs, lower back, and you lose a lot of muscles, and you can lose form while performing the exercise because too many muscles engaged. And like this you can focus really on using the right muscles. But bent over rows are not a bad exercise, don't get me wrong. When I couldn't do pull-ups, I actually focused a lot on the one arm dumbbell rows. Also the exercise that I've shown you, the dumbbell lat pull over, and then also the cable lat pull down, they helped me tremendously to get my first pull-up, and that was before I discovered calisthenics. Maybe you were expecting different exercises, maybe the dumbbell press or squats with the dumbbells, but in my opinion these are a must-do exercises, especially if you have the opportunity to train with dumbbells. Guys, I'm actually curious to know what are your top 5 dumbbell exercises that you would choose. Let me know in the comments. Alright guys, and I will end it here. I really hope you found this video helpful. If it was, make sure to like, subscribe, and don't forget to click on the notification bell so that you won't miss any new coming videos. And I see you next time. Thank you and see ya.